Right, welcome everybody. This is the third out of 3 blogs on setting up a container file, linking that into your designs and then acquiring coordinates. Now we are looking, in this blog, we are looking at linking the designs back into the container file based on those shared coordinates. And then we'll go one step further, since this is based on the local area network on my own file that I'm working. We'll show you how to set up a repeated location, or copy a location, a shared location, so that we can place those files within our site. That might happen if you have the same design being repeated multiple times on your site, and you might want to do that for design development. There is a way to do that on the Autodesk Construction Cloud, but it is much more involved and much more detailed. It takes a long time, and within reason you can do that. So, you know, if you have the same design repeating itself hundreds of times, then you might consider hosting the project in the local area network, or otherwise, if you have the time and effort to expend into creating those locations on the cloud, then you can also do so. But we will not be dealing with setting up shared locations on the cloud in this blog. We will simply consider the case where we are working either on the local area network or on our own hard drive. Alright, so we are back within the container file that we created. To get those designs into our file is now really simple, because they have shared coordinates. We can simply insert and link Revit. This is the advanced sample project, which is essentially a school, and then we can say by shared coordinates and open. That links the school into position with respect to the site. That is how we positioned it. And then with the other model as well, that's also straightforward. Insert a Revit link from our basic sample project there. Alright, so it's pretty straightforward, quite easy, and there we can see how we've positioned our other file over there. Now, what if we wanted to have a repeated design, this file being repeated somewhere else? Okay, so that's also quite simple. We would click on this design, that's step number 1. And then you can see on the shared site that they're using the internal. If you click on that, then you can say change. If you change, it takes you into the site and location on the site for this project. You can then duplicate, and it's called that house position B. Okay. And okay. Then you can move that house position somewhere else. And now note what happens if you switch out and you say move instance to internal, move the house back, move it to house position B, moves it back to house position B. And so you can also have house position C. So if you do that and you say change, duplicate, move that to, or rename that to house position C, position C, and move that into position. Can even change the elevation if we want. Can do so from east elevation or something. Let's go up. You can see we can lift that building up. That's the new position. Alright, so that's house position C. That's house position B, and the original internal coordinate system. If you copied that link, say twice, then for each one of those, you can position them. There's B, and there is see. Right, so it's the same instance, but they've got different shared coordinates. If you have a look at the instance properties, that's your coordinates, and in your site properties you'll see that it's just the RAC base example project. Note that on the browser you still just see the one link, so those are instances of that link. Of course, whatever you change within the link, it will update all three files. But it is a nice way for you to develop the design to be similar across all the different designs based on the context that they find themselves on the site drawing. The visibility graphics overrides are also interesting. If you look at the Revit links, then if you're just used to bringing one link in, then you can see you've got 3 internal links. Each link has its own number. There's the site that it gives there, 1, 2, 3, alright, and you can switch them off individually within the visibility graphics overrides. So the link instances does give you the ability to control the visibility of each independent link as well, which gives you some more control over what the project looks like. Right, so that is the, if you work in a local area network, it's quite simple to generate the positions for the links on a site, and you would also share these positions with the consultants. All right. Let's just open the link to see what that looks like. Here we can see you've changed the current position to the RAC base example project. What are you going to do? You want to save the new position back to the link. You can return the previously saved position when the link is reloaded or reopened, or retains the current placement of the link. It clears the shared version. No, we'd like to save that back. Alright, so let's have a look at the link. And let's just actually open it from here. If we right click on that, and we can say open and unload. Yes. Then let's have a look at the positions that we find within the link. Ignore. Under manage location, there's our site positions, and there you can see it's actually written the locations back into the link. So that is a very useful thing that one can do. And let's see what happens if we update the model with something. So let's just put a window, say somewhere where it's easy to see. Let's create similar, stick a window in there, move that down a bit. Okay, so there's a new window there in the bathroom. Alright, and we can maybe just put a curtain over there or something like that. You can't use this typing as host. Okay, there we go, let's go save. And then file close. And then we can relink or reload. And then we can see each one of those buildings. Just to show with the filter, with the phase filter, let's show complete. There we go, it makes it easier to see. There we can see that each design now has that window inserted. So you can definitely use this method to update the design each time. Very powerful, easy to use, and especially if you have the same design that occurs multiple times on a site, that's how you could go about doing that. So I hope you enjoyed that 3-block demonstration on the site. Just maybe a last note, that even if you didn't have the shared site acting as a container, you could use the same method where you do use your topography. If you have a look at the 3D view here, you could always use the same. So let's see if we've still got that link in there. reload. Okay, let's just close this file. Yes. Now that that file's closed, we can just reload that. So even if you only use the container file to set up the topography, you can always bind that link into your file and make that topography native to your project. You just bind the file, you can remove the link, and then you can also ungroup that, and this topography is now native in your local design. Alright, so definitely different things that you can do with the container site, but it's an easy way to set it up from the survey data that you have used, and it's an easy process, an easy protocol to follow. Till next time, enjoy your week and enjoy Revit. Bye now.